Okie doke. So, I only have, well, I only have the rest of this week and next week before I head out, as I discussed last time. But I can still plot and plan and scheme. But first, I don't know what's going on here. I can't make this go away. I don't know what this is. So I don't know. Like, go away. Okay, good. It does scroll off. Okay, great. Okay, let's begin plotting. So, this is the difficulty setting that has kicked my butt over and over again. Advanced 4 huge. And I'm never going to be satisfied until I beat this thing. So I've been looking over and thinking a lot about my previous runs. And I have... So first let's go over... My best run was the Lizardmen run. But I can't help but feel like I got kind of lucky on that one. With the enemies that I had on the Arcanus plane. Like, I felt like that run went about as good as it possibly could have. I thought about tweaks and things, but I just don't believe that I can really do better than that on it. I mean, I even got a really good hero stack at the end, but oh man, just so much stuff. I mean, if I want to say that if I'd had another 30 or 40 turns before the towers broke to prepare, I could have handled it, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Stacks of Efreet. So before I go into ideas that I have, let's just list the obstacles that I have to overcome. Any build that I make must be able to overcome the following difficulties. 1. I have to have an aggressive early game. As much as I love to play tall and play late game, play 4 late game, you have to push. You're forced into a heavy aggro here. So we have to have a strong early move. So that's 1. 2, I can't defend my cities. Or I guess I should say, any strategy that involves defending my cities is got to be... How do I put this? A stack of 9 Efreet. How can you have enough forces to stop 9 Efreets in every single one of your cities? You can't. If I could ever build roads, which if I made it a focus, I probably could, you wouldn't be able to move fast enough to even with a stack to get everywhere. The only possibility is Earth Gates. If I played Heavy Nature, I could have Earth Gates and a stack of Colossi or something, or Stone Giants, and I could teleport them to any city that I need them, theoretically. It's easier said than done, but theoretically I could intercept any major stack that way. And then I could theoretically plug the towers, but any other circumstance, plugging the towers doesn't really work, and defending the cities is not so easy. Now, Guardian, which is one I've never considered to be all that great, is now much better because in the this is the old version. There's a new version now that has a few changes, and one of them is the Guardian now gives, I think it was +5 to your max population, which actually makes me kind of want this one now. You could call it city focused instead. It's pretty good. Okay, anyway, let's go over the builds that I've been thinking about the most. So I started thinking about sorcery and came to some weird conclusions. Let's start with this one. Okay. If I wanted to do this, Now, the last two books, of course, give you all the spells, but also the last two books give you a significant boost to research speed and discount in the casting cost. Stack Specialist on top of that, and your sorcery spells are very cheap. You might be wondering why Mirren. Well, let's get to that. Okay, Aether Binding is important on this. Resist Magic is important. I think Blur. Probably better starting off with Confusion. And Counter Magic. That was the important one. Okay, this is the build. Ready? Why these spells? Okay, Resist Magic and Aether Binding are the keys. Because trolls. I used to love trolls. Sorcery trolls I know is really weird, but hear me out on this one. Resist Magic. There. Okay. Long form. I loved War Trolls. They were the best in the vanilla game. Any fight you win, you lose no units. So you can just keep rolling with them. In Caster Magic, there's entirely too many things that make trolls irrecoverably disappear. Including, most notably, all the petrification effects, but also quite a few other things. But with Resist Magic, it's cheap enough, especially with Specialist and the extra books, it costs almost nothing. I can put that on every single War Troll, and they will not be easily petrified. But they can still be blasted by cockatrices with Focus Magic. But I have Dispelling Wave, so I can actually get rid of that problem too. Sort of. I mean, they're still cockatrices, and you still have to fight them in melee, and it's still bad, but it takes away the Focus Magic, which is the important thing. Now, the problem with trolls is that they're the least magical thing on the Mirren plane. Like, really. You don't get Sage's Guild, which is all your research. You don't get Advanced Buildings, which is quite a list of things. You do get Cathedrals, I believe, but other than that, like, they don't even produce power. Like, they're just kind of bad at magic. Aether Binding goes a long way to correcting that. To giving you spells, to giving you so you still have casting skill. But this was my starting point, and the more I thought about it, the more I didn't like pure sorcery trolls. Here's the one I want to spice it with. Okay, for a while I was quite seriously considering resist elements to help with some of their problems, but then I remembered that death trolls are a possibility once again. Now, to do this, I need 5 and 5. I can either have Specialist or I can have one more book. Let's just say for the sake of argument with Specialist. Now, you could possibly swing a little differently here, but why death? Like, I thought about life. I thought about all kinds of things. For a while, I was doing a buff trolls. Let's just go through the steps. For a while, I was considering buff trolls. A really deranged build that looked something like this. Kind of. Okay. So, yeah, it was more like this. And pick Warlord. And the idea behind buff trolls, which in my notes, the F's, they look more like T's, so it looks like I wrote butt trolls. Anyway, butt trolls. Heroism, holy armor, most importantly, endurance, flame blade, resist elements, resist magic. What a great bunch of war trolls! What's my late game? Oh yeah, I don't have one. Which we did that once. Also, Dispelling Wave would pretty much make that not work. But I eventually came to this build. 5 and 5. Specifically, this is 50 with no upkeep. The fact that it doubles your attack power against normal units is it's a thing, I guess. But it makes your war trolls have 0 maintenance cost, and that's no small thing. That's no small thing. Actually, wait a second. I think the one I went with was actually Omniscient, because one of the problems with war trolls is that they take a long time to produce, and you need to be able to pump them out, and the added research from sorcery is really nice with Omniscient. Let me see. Darkness, which is as good as Prayer when you've got everyone bloodlusted. I've thought a lot about nature for survival instinct and land linking also. But Bloodlust sold me on this. So this is my troll build. I mean, you could try putting ghouls in there for some early game, maybe. I mean, you kind of want Black Sleep. I suppose you don't need Mana Leak right away. Anyway, you can fuss with the spells, but this is the important thing. The important thing is war trolls with no maintenance cost, and you want to pump them out as rapidly as possible. The argument for nature was resist elements, land link, which is a +2/+2 that you can put on every war troll for cheap. It's a cheap enchantment that would be really good on them, like really good. Survival Instinct, which is a global that would just kick ass with a horde of undead. And Transmute for Adamant. The Nature Sorcery Troll is really good. Maybe you could argue better than this. But I have so many fond memories of Death Trolls. I mean, it just eliminates a ton of things that they could fail saves against. I mean, the resist magic you still want, but just test them. I kind of want to test them. You know what? Let's do a test, and then we'll come back. We'll come back and think a little bit more about this. So, but the research. I mean, Aether Binding is important. The trolls don't have enough magic on their own. But Transmute for Adamant, land linking, and the Omniscient looks really nice when you've got some nature backing it. Trolls do have a problem with their population growth. There's a lot of different ways we could tweak this. I mean, a lot. But let's give it one try, just a few turns to see how it looks. And then we're going to go into the next design that I'm contemplating. So. Okay. Okay. Sprites. But you've got ghouls, so why do you need sprites? You don't need both. Nature's Eye helps alleviate a little more. Get that research faster. Call Centaurs gives you something in battle. Transmute or land linking? Oh, you need both. Land linking. That's good. But if you just had straight up adamant for all of them, I'll start with land linking, because you can't guarantee that you'll start with a resource that was transmutable. Alright. I thought a lot about draconians, nomads, orcs. I thought a lot about a lot of things. Alright, let's try death trolls. Our question is, with Omniscient buffing us, our production and max population, how quickly can we start producing war trolls? This is going to be a throwaway game, no matter how good the start is. So, then we're going to try the next one, which is the strongest summoning build I can come up with. And I'm not fully satisfied with it, but I don't know how to make it better. Ah! Hi, Saravi. I am testing just little bits of different builds. I just spent the last 15 minutes, 17 minutes almost, talking about troll builds. All the different ways to use trolls. I'm very torn about which build. I'm testing how quickly I can get undead war trolls out right now. Land linking, bloodlust, and, you know, should make for some pretty scary trolls. If I ever get transmute, they can have adamant. So, what do we need most? Alright. Yeah, trolls were persnickety, weren't they? Okay, there we go. Was in here. I can take them. I think. I hope. Oh, well, it's a throwaway game either way. Not bad. Ooh, you better back up. Not good. Oh, the traditional trollish strategy. Cue the Benny Hill music. But yeah, I was always a big fan of death trolls back in the original, so, you know. It'd be fun to give them a whirl again. And they might just be good. Alright, come at me. Of course, war trolls tend to give you these long, ridiculous running battles. Sadly, herb mastery doesn't stack so well with the heavy troll build. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I have a ton of possible builds with trolls that I was considering. Well, they won't really be normal units when I'm done with them. They're going to be undead with no maintenance costs. That's the plan. The alternate plan is resist magic to help cover their ridiculous weakness to petrification and such. Like, that's the big problem with trolls, is their lack of resistance. Why don't you come over here to my friends? Okay, there we go. Yay, I just wasted all that time. Okay, let's see. No. None of those. Alright. Do we have Nature's Eye? Okay. So we just want to see war trolls. Does it? Does it actually? I didn't think it stacked. Huh. It would be awfully hard to take Draconians. Without a ranged attack. Settlers move so slow. Okay. Forester's Guild immediately. Is there any place you can build? Come on, come on. Look, it's the mouth of a river. It's a delta. It's a perfect place for a city. Yeah, there you go. And that'll let me drop another Nature's Eye. There's some adamant right there. So... oh, okay. Shrine, skeleton, magic marklet. I guess you want to keep boosting your production. And now you want to quickly power out skeletons so that you have the maximum number of taxes and workers. Why is it that I have the taxes jacked up way high? What are the maintenance costs of these? Just one apiece. Where's all the money going? Oh, these haven't actually become towns yet, have they? Oh, there you go. You're producing money. What's the problem here? Huh. I didn't realize there was different levels of regeneration. Okay, I guess we go for the farmer's market real quick. And then we should be able to make a beeline for warriors. As well as making a beeline for research. I should throw down a library and... okay. There you go. Very good. You won't need mana anymore. I love stuff that has no maintenance cost. Yes, Silvercast spells. Good for her. Okay. Change to rain. Come on. Give me the spells I selected. Okay. Slam out a library. Can I get away with that? Good. Push the population up. Drat. Wow, it is not giving me the rare spells that I picked. I did not pick Change to Rain. I know that. The uncommon spells should be coming up, but they're not. Alright, then you... Shrine would be nice. Alright, you do need magical weapons, so you better take the Alchemist Guild. And then it's... I think it's Armorer's Guild. I think that's the only thing that you need is an Armorer's Guild. So how quickly can we get to that? By the way, Cerevi, where can I see what year it is? How many turns it's been? Oh my gosh, where is Bloodlust? It's not offering it. Because I want to see what turn the first War Troll is ready at. Alright, 8 more turns. We got good cash flow at least. I thought that guaranteed spells came up as soon as possible. I thought that was a thing. Coming on turn 1? What does that mean? Oh, hi, sprites. Splat? Yeah, fairies don't do so well in webs. Okay, the moment I get my first War Troll, that's where I need to look. there's land linking, which I did choose and is nice. I want that on the war trolls, but I need them to be undead first. Not promising. Okay, here we have the war trolls. We have coal, so that's helping. Okay, first war troll goes down. Oh, wait, we forgot our barracks. Should probably slam that out. Okay. War trolls actually aren't as expensive as I thought they'd be. Their maintenance cost is actually only 3. I mean, I still want to make them undead for all the immunities and stuff, but 3 is not bad. Now, admittedly, making them undead gives them certain weaknesses to life and banish, which makes the argument for resist magic, which I can't do because they don't, obviously. But, a guardian spirit? Is this really... Oh, okay. It's only if you have 8 or more that works. I see. That's a problem. Yeah. Though admittedly, I'd rather have adamant, but that's how I always feel. Okay, so now they'll come out at level 2. Alright. January 1404, I'm able to start having the war trolls, but I can't make them undead yet. That's a little bit better. Look at that. More resistance. More attack, more shields. Their to hit stayed the same, though. Actually, those 2 levels aren't as big a deal as I thought they might be. Still, we could put resist elements on them at least. Which is something. Okay, so January 1404, this starts to work. They'd eventually become undead and land linking, but I could probably support a reasonably large army of them without having that. So that's what this build looks like. Alright, let's do the next one. So, again, looking at the previous runs that I had, and I mentioned I thought a lot about them, I feel like my death run, the death summoning run, was really good. Except, the build was really good, I think, but I had one mistake that cost me a crap ton of shadow demons super early, which was horrible, and 2, I got really unlucky with my... If I got lucky during my Lizardmen run, I got extremely unlucky during that run, with all my enemies having tons of petrification, which turned out to be the absolute bane of death. And that's another build I was thinking about a lot. Now, I had different ways of doing this. One idea was, hey, I could just put resist magic on shadow demons, which, would protect against it, but you'd still have the stupid chickens petrifying them. But it would protect them against a lot of things. A lot of things. And you're never sad to have focus magic. I thought about nature for resist elements, and, I like nature magic, okay? It's a good school. Hell, I even thought about weird stuff I could do with life magic. What if they had a unicorn accompanying them? What if they had an angel leading them? What if they had prayer? Yeah, seriously, I thought about a lot of different ways I could do it. And you know what I concluded? I also thought about the summoning in other schools. Like, I spent a whole bunch of time looking at all the summons in the game and thinking about them. This is not the new version. I brought that up at the beginning. I did read the retort changes. I saw Guardian. I saw Specialist was reduced to 50%. If there was something else, I don't recall it off the top of my head, but I did see those. And Guardian is actually tempting now that it increases max population. Anyway, so this build, oh, by the way, with trolls, because they have full cathedral, Cult Leader looks really good on trolls. There's a lot of different variations I could do on what I just did a second ago. Alright. So, after much thought, I think that the best death build, the best summoning build in the game looks like this. Yeah, nature has really good summons. Yeah, there's some really good sorcery summons, which is still weird because they should be not very good at summoning, but they are. They have Djinn, Storm Elementals, Phantom Warriors, and Skydrakes. Anyway. I really wish I could get Archmage into it. I wish I could work Mirren into it for for a few different reasons. I wish I could get a lot of things into it. Alchemy would be wonderful. But no. This is the best discount on casting cost for summon creatures. The 9th and 10th books make all death spells cheaper. Specialist makes all death spells cheaper. Conjurer makes all summoning spells cheaper, and that's the build. So the idea behind this one is, let me see. You can use ghouls right off the bat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So there'll be no other spells to get in the way. Shadow Demons should show up immediately. Black Prayer is tempting, actually. I should probably take that one. Okay. And here's where I mentioned I spent a lot of time thinking about nomads and their gold bonus and their high resistance. I spent a lot of time thinking about orcs, actually. I thought about Klakons, too. This just isn't the right build for them. You could definitely make an argument for high men or high elves. The added magic power of high elves, you really want all the magic power you can get. High men can build all the good buildings 15% faster. So, you could rush out your libraries and Sages Guild and whatnot. But I think halflings are just the best. You're not... I mean, I do like the idea of wraith-formed paladins leading the shadow demons and later demon lords. Also, with this one, I won't find that I'm missing spells like I did the last time. I'll have them all. I'll have Demon Lord right out. Okay. So the question is, how quickly can I get shadow demons out? How quickly can I get shadow demons out? Now, being all in on death, petrification is still a problem. I don't think I'll get so unlucky that everyone will be running petrification and or life. But it could happen. Oh, look at that. Minthrill. Why is it that I have... Is there something producing extra food here? Oh, well. So, as much as I normally go for building up the economy, here you should just slam out a library. We want all the research we can get. Population growth would be good too. Okay, spells. Skeletons. Just skeletons. One of the things I really like about halflings is their penchant for getting along with all the other with all the people they conquer. So I can run just higher tax rates, and that should help me get resources somewhat. Speaking of higher tax rates, it's already maxed. Oh, hello, look at that. Fellow halflings. Okay. Now, I could definitely start manufacturing ghouls here, but... Let's see... Sages Guild, right there. It's quite a lot to have to build, though. It's a bit much. Let's see if we can boost the population instead. There's a road, too. Wonder where that leads. Okay, no. Housing. Just housing. Is there any way I can get that diamond? I'd really like to have a diamond. Well, I will when I conquer that city. I can't even remember if Halfling can take advantage of the nightshade from a cathedral or not. They can build cathedrals. Yeah, they can totally do it. It's a lot of nightshade. The swamp halflings. Okay. Just having population will be more research. Oh wait, I stopped skeletoning. Okay. There. Okay, and you just need to gain population. All you need to gain population for research. Good, good, good. You mean this one over here? Maybe. It's not really. This isn't a full game. You know, this is just a sampling. All I want is to squeeze the resources I can out of these cities. Ooh, rebels. Ooh. Go fix them. Go fix them. There. Rebels shall be solved. Okay, how long on those shadows? 33 more turns. Can I rush produce it yet? Okay. Okay. I guess now you guys can start in on things like granaries. And skeletons only cost 15. It just makes me smile. Super cheap skeletons. Just everything is going to be like that. Just costs nothing to make. Well, maybe not quite that great, but still. Okay, very good. Still can't buy it. That's fine. Now we can. also get a library here. Your population is going to start making problems. Because they don't know what's good for them. There. No resources, of course. Could be a problem. Oh, hi. Yes, please, don't bother me. I'm busy. Okay, let's see. It's still 8 turns. Less now. This is as much as I could put into research, you know? From here, the happy halflings just need to build up and produce. Theoretically, there'd be settlers and other things going on too, but we're just testing. Oh my gosh, is it here yet? 2, 1. Okay, got it. Now, probably follow up with Black Prayer? Probably. Would make sense. Okay, from here... From here, you can shut the research off. You just need mana. Now, you can only cast 20 a turn, which is not very impressive, but Shadow Demons only cost 105 apiece. Not to mention the Conjurer discount on their maintenance cost as well, which should reduce it to 3 a turn. 105 apiece for Shadow Demons. I knew the discounts were going to stack ridiculously, but wow, that's ridiculous. Even more ridiculous than I expected. The moment the first Shadow Demon comes down, we check the date. It's funny, both these strategies rely on regeneration. Ooh, noble! Always happy to have a noble. Always happy to have someone who pays me just to keep them around. Though it's always been weird to me that that would happen. No, I've never met any nobility who'd give away their money. Seems awfully strange. Okay. First Shadow Demon, and we are on August. It was January 1404 that I was prepared to start producing, to start really mass producing war trolls. And I didn't have the spells to make them undead or land link them yet. Here, I've beaten it by, what, 3, 4, 5 months, something like that. August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, about 5 months. So this is actually faster. Man, look at how far ahead she is already. Ew. So this is faster. I do wish I could splash green into this, or blue. Putting resist magic on them would make them look so much better. This is faster. 105 apiece. I mean, with the casting skill I had at the end of the last game, I could probably produce 6 of these a turn by end game. I haven't touched casting skill even once yet. Potentially, if I had found a quartz crystal or something, this could have been even faster. Potentially. Of course, we'd want to make settlers and do other things. But here we are. Woohoo, yeah, I can't go in there. And the other interesting option that I wasn't exercising is ghouls. If I was willing to produce a bunch of ghouls, they can be pretty good against nodes and caves and things. And net you all kinds of interesting things that they find. Like free warbears. I feel really good about this build. Shadow demons with darkness and black prayer, jumping into wraiths and demon lords. Not to mention being able to drop zombies and in combat super cheap and demons super cheap. But just the fact that all your spells are so inexpensive. I mean, look at that again. 15 skeletons. 15 for a skeleton. This seems quite doable to me. Even the ghouls are dirt cheap. So, those are the builds I've been thinking most about. Like I said, I've spent a lot of time thinking about the different races and different possible builds. Some of the races I just don't know what to do with. Like, what's the best school of magic for nomads? I have no idea. They can't build a granary. They have everything else. They get a gold bonus. They're resistant. They have lots of arrows. They end in, I think, griffins, a melee-only flying unit. I have no idea how to build around them, to be honest. No spells come to mind. There's no spell in the game that makes archers extra good at being archers. Like, there are general buffs that apply to everything, like, you know, heroism or holy weapon, but nothing specific to them. So I'm just left going, what do I do with them? Orcs are a little bit more interesting. I really like the free maintenance cost units. I'm big on that. But why not just play with Bloodlust and get trolls? That's what you're after. Still, they can support massive armies and seem like they'd go very good with prayer type effects. Alternately, I like the idea of a chaos nature orc build, where you get chaos channels on all of your units with the one global and then have survival instinct. But it's probably not a very good combination. It requires you to get two rare spells, and it's only a good combo. It's not a great combination. I've had 1,000 other builds I've thought about, but honestly none of them seem as good as the ones I just went over. I guess I'll take a moment to look at the races one more time. Clackons, right. I'm really thinking about Clackons as... I mean, I prefer gnolls, honestly. I just prefer gnolls, honestly. But I think it's because everyone hates bug people. But still, 3 production, huge unrest boost for their own race, and even though they can't build worth shit, they have pretty good units, mostly just the Stag Beetle. I wish they had more unit variety, like something else unique to only them. But even as it stands, you can put out Stag Beetles pretty quickly. Stag Beetles aren't as good buffed because you want units with lots of figures to throw your lion hearts and your other stuff on, but still got some good stuff to them. I don't know. I've been thinking about Clackons, but I don't have a good build for them yet that would specifically take advantage of what they're good at. I suppose you could try to go omniscient and try to grab a huge production bonus to just mass produce the Stag Beetles really, really quickly. If you just wanted pure Stag Beetle, I know you can't combine Tactician with Warlord anymore, but you can still do this. Let's see, Cult Leader maybe? Cult Leader? Guardian, make your population better. Blur. You say blur. But what else does sorcery give them? I was thinking production bonus and just focusing on kind of ignoring your magic, sort of, not really ignoring it, but focusing on just producing as many beetles as you can and making them as deadly and rapidly as you possibly can make them. Sorcery for Blur. Blur's a first level spell. You can do this. You could do this. Shame you can't get a nature book in there, though. I mean, I guess. Hold on a sec. Let's think about this. Okay, sure. Why not? Blur. This is the Stag Beetle build. This is interesting. It's certainly different. This should be a very fast build. I mean, this should be wickedly fast. Faster than the War Trolls. Faster than the Shadow Demons. The Shadow Demons are so good, though. They've got it. This can't possibly be as good as Shadow Demons. I've always wished the Clackons had more stuff. I wish they had Bombardier Beetles and just, I don't know, Moth Riders or something. But I've talked about that kind of thing before. Anyway, first you need the population and economy built up. So the only race that you can get away with max tax on turn 1. Or can you? Yes, you can. A casting skill of nope. No late game at all. Yep, that would be what this would be. You can trade into all the commons in the game. That's a plan, right? Right? Oh man. What is this? A peninsula? Ick. Where's that spirit I ordered? Just a casting skill of no. No casting skill. Heavenly Light would be nice. Oh my gosh, what is this? What kind of landmass is it? Okay, this is going to be a path that'll take me to new lands. Actually, this is good. Your capital is... Well, no. Everything can fly or walk on water or island or boat. This actually offers no protection at all in this game. In other games, a peninsula like this would be great. You'd put an army, you know, somewhere around here, guard this. They wouldn't be able to get at your capital. Build a forward fortress, but no, not in this one. I tend to think of strategy. I tend to think about choke points and high ground and stuff like that. There. That's my concession to spell research. Okay. You're gonna need more settlers. The question is, how many of these things can stag beetles knock over? Is this an island? It started me on an island. But I'm not touching a shore, so I can't build a boat. Well, I have a nature spell book. It's possible I could get water walking. Or possibly I could get Wraith Form or Floating Island. There's a lot of things I could get. Wow, after the last game, my research feels really horrible. Last game, my research was ridiculous. This game, I just don't have any. But look at the taxes flow in. Man, this... Clacons. They're ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous. Now, unfortunately, they don't get much use out of adamant, but this build doesn't care about that either. Okay. Do we have the infrastructure we need? Not yet. Okay. Now, population explode and begin production. Look at all these tempting targets. I mean, the lizardmen, so they can walk on water, and the town is harder to attack. Still, it seems like a waste of a city. There's nothing around it. Okay. So now at least you have... I'm really curious to see all the new UI stuff. Being able to see the armies in the town sounds amazing to me. Okay, population good. Architecture. They got nothing on these guys. Blur coupled with heavenly light. Not bad. Do I need... I do need a stable for this. Fine, fine. I guess +2 production is good too. Alright. Now we get our big bad Beetleborgs. I guess we should slam out the War College. No War College. Really? No War College. Okay. Well, I mean, that's how they want it to be. I mean... Okay. You fellers over here are going to get a ship together. I don't know. One thing's as good as another. Shipwrights Guild. And is that everyone? No, missing one. Okay, trireme. That looks like a thing that could hold a whole bunch of giant fire-breathing beetles safely. Hey, ships are actually really hard to burn. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but weren't roar trolls by default 150? Is the stag beetle really considered a superior unit? Yeah, well, this is just a test thing. They're not doing their production. How did that come? Oh, did I choose? Yeah, I did choose Warlord. Right. So these beetles are going to come out level 3. Oh, hi again. So glad to see you. Okay. Oh, right, no War College. Oh, well, still. Fastest yet. How good are they really? They have significantly less defense than the dragon turtle. Fire breath isn't nearly as good as lightning breath is. I don't know. I feel a lot better about the troll builds, to be honest. A lot better about them. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't played with beetles in so long. Let's see how they fare. I could cast Starfires on you. Ho ho ho. Here, get over here. I'm not impressed by that performance. Still, it's not terrible. It's okay. That's true. They do have higher production. The higher population growth is a bigger deal, though. The trolls are always going to have less people to do the building with. So, presumably these other cities would be producing stag beetles as well. The fact that they're not using Mithril or Adamant doesn't matter much when you're one figure anyway. We're going to take them to a town or two and see how this goes. Still haven't seen me. My ghost saw you, but you didn't see it. You have no idea. It's haunting your lands and generally being spooky. What's this? Right, that's what that was. I remember that now. Air elementals, water elementals, fire and earth. But what kind of elemental does life and death create? Oh wait, death makes shadow demons. That counts as an elemental, right? Darn, they saw me. Oh, like I'd trust you on Live Together in Harmony. Well, like I'd trust any of them on that line. Oh, hi, look, here's something. Swordsman. Alright, fine, let's test it. Okay. Well, let's see how they do. So they're not immune to fire, because they're not teutels. One of them actually got shot to death by arrows. They have decent movement speed, so they're not super weak to ranged attacks. Oh, hi, Clow. How's it going? I can't imagine why he takes such an unfriendly stance towards me. I just stopped by. That's the neighborly thing to do, right? Pay a visit to your new neighbors. They feel better than turtles to me. They feel better than the turtles did. Oh. So we're going to test a couple more, and then we're going to finish. The question is mostly, how much damage could they do? I could get 3 cities producing stag beetles pretty quickly. Against lower tier units, of course, they're invincible. But so much as a war bear, and they start to have problems. Here we are at the same point I was producing my first war troll, and already they've taken 2 towns, and I'll have 5 of them this turn. They definitely have some advantages over the trolls. Even if I think the trolls are better in the long run. Putting 2 of those together is just asking for them to be dispelled. Silly. Well, he's gonna get his city back now. Thanks for lending it to me, though. I've been enjoying all of this cash. My gosh, this place makes a lot of money for a population of 2. Of course, being Clacons, we have certain disadvantages. So maybe the ability to conquer is not as big a deal. You need to make settlers. But my, how quickly we stag beetle up. I didn't know floating islands could run away and survive. Huh. I've never been quite sure how exactly your units sink a floating island, but I thought that that's what always happened. Ooh, the library survived. Okay, now this army can move 4 tiles a turn. We'll finish circumnavigating the globe. I don't think there's anything in the game that can withstand the hordes of stag beetles I'm outputting at this point. This might be enough to topple wizards. If I had some transportation to go with it. Well, I mean, they move 4 a turn. It's not bad, actually. I guess what I'd really need to do is scout more. I've been kind of lazy about it because I don't care. Because I know I'm going to drop this game anyway, but... Well, now they're going to start taking cities because I'm not really playing. How will you fare against a ghoul? A ghoul and a hero. No, seriously, where's red? I want to test this stack on something. He didn't attack. He missed his chance. He got an uncontested landing on this beach, and then he didn't press it. I just want to see how good this does. Yeah, sure, holy armor. Why not? You work with what you got. It's become a more complicated spell than it once was. Ah, well, so much for that. Ah, the low resistance. The plight of those who have no ability to... Oh, hello? There's something. I don't know why they're not hitting my city. Is he afraid of the city? It's got nothing in it. So a double gold city. Ah, yeah. The resistance thing is going to be a serious impediment. But they're so cheap that they can be mass-produced. Still, it's a serious impediment. Anyway, let's watch the performance. You think they could take somebody's capital? I think they could. If they could find it. Pathfinding, that's what they need. But I feel like you'd end up raising all the cities because of the huge unrest problems. That's quite a drawback. Still, look at that. All the gold. Just all the gold. Wait, how is trade goods producing that much money? That terrain, man. I mean, it sucks because you'll never have a population, but... yeah. No late game plan whatsoever. But scary, scary aggro. If you had if you were throwing out settlers and you had all three cities start doing the stag beetle thing, then the new cities started producing stag beetles as soon as they could, you could potentially get a truly overwhelming number and probably wipe out the entire plane, the entire Arcanus plane. You have to resettle all the cities, but the population growth helps with that. But the Mirren Plain opens. Anything that kills stag beetles, any creature that can kill them, a single death knight could probably end your entire empire, because you have no further plan. That's it. You're done. That's your game. Huh. So I think this is a bad plan. This is what I'm getting at. Alright, anyway, I'm going to leave off here. I'm interested in seeing discussion, what people think. Of the builds, I really want to tweak around with the trolls a bit more. There's so many options there. I particularly feel like, even though the nature death one makes a lot of sense, I mean, Survival Instinct and I think Land Link both give resistance, but resist magic is just so much more easy and quick. But then again, it only applies to spells. I don't know. But I'm kind of leaning towards the pure death summoner. I feel like that might be the strongest build. I mean, the discount, stacking every discount possible, even though it doesn't have Alchemist or Archmage as much as I wish it could. Even though it doesn't have Sage Master, much as I wish it could have that. Just having all the discounts possible, the cheapest theoretically possible summons. Which is strangely fitting for a necromancer. You can actually have proper hordes. But yeah, shadow demons as early as possible. Like, you can have early ghouls, but really your first unit you really want to be working is shadow demons. Don't make a stupid mistake and lose a whole stack of them. And yeah, I'm leaning towards that one. See, I disagree with you. I disagree with you on that, and here's the reason why I think summoning is good on huge land sizes. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problems that large land size presents. The first problem is that you cannot defend your cities. Like, you just have so many of them. You can't have an army in every city. Summoning, good summoning, means that you can instantly put something into any city. You can be like, there's an enemy army coming. I put a Colossus here. And now this city is safe. And yes, I know, if they have multiple big stacks, it becomes impossible to keep up with it. I know that. But that's one thing that on a small map isn't as big an issue. It's a huge advantage being able to drop a summoning circle anywhere you want. It's also got its offensive purposes. But secondly, in a huge map, the AI is going to create stacks of summoned units. Powerful summoned units. It's going to do it every time. I do not believe in a strategy where normal units can defeat Ifrit and Great Drakes and the like. I don't believe such a strategy exists. Not Doom Drakes, not Nightmares, not Paladins. None of them are going to be able to stand up to a stack of 9 Ifrits. It's just not going to happen. It's just, you're not going to be able to do it. The only way that you can fight summons is with summons or other high-end spells. And the thing about combat spells is they eat so many mana crystals. But you're going to do that no matter what. There's no getting around it. You're going to be using combat spells in every fight, no matter what you are. I mean, I get it. It's not... I get that the AI is always going to have more resources than me. And that means that they're always going to be able to summon more than I can summon. They also are always going to be able to produce more ground units than I can. They're just always going to be able to have more of everything, and it just... the exponential nature of the game. I like the idea of regeneration, of not losing units, which I can get from either trolls or shadow demons, that I can go through battle after battle and not lose anything. Because it allows me to keep my momentum and build on it potentially. I think either of those builds have potential. Which one is better, I'm not sure. But, if you get to Demon Lords, they produce 10 mana a turn. And with all the discounts, they'll actually pay for themselves fairly quickly. If you could get to a point where you could start massing Demon Lords, it's funny because they'd eventually become an engine that would produce more and more and more Demon Lords. But that's so late game as to be kind of fantastic to even... Like, it would be nice, it's lovely to think about, it's probably never going to happen. But yeah, regular demons in battle is a pretty good summon. And having all those discounts, you can summon the demon for dirt cheap, and then the demon gets to cast a spell that might have cost more than the demon did. I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, I've been looking at all the different spells in the game, all the different schools of magic, the rays. There's so many possible combinations. A lot of them would be good if I wasn't playing on huge land size, admittedly. But that's this combination. I just have to beat it. I don't know. I'm not going to be satisfied until I win one. So like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing comments, ideas, and tweaks. And yeah, it's gonna be a few weeks before I come in with my next game, and it's gonna be in the new version with some updates. I tried to cover the major changes, but there's a ton of really awesome little UI things that sound awesome. But I'm not gonna download it until I come back. I'll be returning January 8th. I'll be leaving on next week on Saturday. So. Anyway. If any person on the planet could pull through, it's you. You're the only... You if it could be beaten, you could do it. I know that I would fail, and it would just leave me frustrated and angry and give me an ulcer. I know that I could not pull that one out. But, if you want to try, I mean, I'd love to see the stream of it. It's a lot less frustrating to watch somebody else lose than it is to spend my own, to lose myself. And you might actually be able to pull it out. But, anyway, until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Bye.